According to the Hamster Rescue Foundation, one unaltered or unspayed cat can have up to 3 litters per year, which consists of 7 to 10 kittens. And over the course of those kittens growing up, they can produce over 420,000 kittens in 7 years. And for an unspayed female dog, they can have 2 litters per year, consisting of 6 to 10 puppies. And over the course of 6 years, that can result into 67,000 dogs. It is my opinion that to take on the responsibility of owning a pet, one must also take on the responsibility of having their pet spayed or neutered. If it's not for your pet, then for the 30,000 pets that are euthanized daily because of overpopulation in the pounds. That was a statistic from Paw Prints and Purrs. Spraying and neutering is just one dog or cat can significantly affect the number of unwanted pets that are produced. I would like to discuss the advantages to getting your pet spayed or neutered, and the advantages to you that it brings also. And then I would like to discuss the myths and misconceptions that owners think that make them hesitant about doing it. And finally, I will address the problems that people have merit against getting their pets spayed or neutered. First, the benefit from spaying or neutering your cat. A female dog or cat can have a greatly improved chance of a long and healthy life. Spaying eliminates ovarian or uterine cancer and can also prevent mammary glands tumors, which can spread to the whole entire body. Male dogs and cats can also have a longer and healthier life if neutered. Neutering prevents testicular cancer and tumors and also decreases the problem in prostate disease. According to the Humane Society, having your pet spayed or neutered is also good for you. After the pet has been spayed or neutered, they are usually more affectionate. Male cats that have been neutered usually don't spray their territory anymore, and spaying your cat or dog ends their heat cycle altogether, which means that male animals won't be attracted to the females anymore just because of that chemical attraction. According to the veteran from Banfield Pet Hospital, who remains nameless, said that pets usually become less aggressive and less sexual also. Pets that have not been spayed or neutered display more behavioral problems rather than pets that have been. Pets are also less likely to bite and run away. I will now give you some myths and misconceptions and then discuss the facts according to the myths. The first is my pet will get fat and lazy. The truth is that your pet's going to get fat and lazy if you overfeed it and if you don't give it any exercise. The second concern is my pet is a purebred. And like she stated in her speech earlier, 1 out of 4 pets in shelters are purebred, so that's not a really good excuse. The next story is my dog won't be as protective. And the fact is that a dog's personality is formed by genetics and not by sexuality. Lastly, the myth is that it's too expensive to get my pet spayed or neutered. And the fact is it's relatively inexpensive if you factor the cost of having to care for a couple of litters. Many people have beliefs about their pets being spayed or neutered, which makes them hesitant or refuse to. First and foremost is most that people just don't care. And frankly, if you don't care enough to have your pet spayed or neutered, then you don't deserve the right to own a pet. It is not an excuse to say that you're just too lazy, because you already took the responsibility of being an owner. And saying that it's too expensive, pets being spayed or neutered, there are tons of clinics all around that would gladly do it for a cheap price. It is my belief that having your pet spayed or neutered will greatly reduce the number of unwanted pets in shelters that have to be euthanized because of this epidemic. And if you don't own a pet and you don't want to, be proactive and spread the word. Tell family and friends about this growing problem and encourage them to spay and neuter your pets. As always, awareness is the key. Just think of one day when you can drive around and not see a dead animal on the road, or a day where there aren't cats running around in the streets. Can you imagine a pound that isn't overpopulated with desperate animals needing homes and more coming in than going out? And that euthanasia is only used when a pet is severely sick. For people who own pets, and be responsible and have your pets spayed or neutered, it's the right thing to do. And if you don't own a pet, be a part of the solution and spread the word. Thank you.
Justin, what did you think?
I thought the speech was an interesting topic. I thought it was well organized and she was well prepared. The one thing that I saw was that she was reading a lot from the note cards, and it felt more like a reading than reading a speech. But besides that, I felt that it was a good speech and well prepared, and very good. Like ACES, there were, I don't know, felt well prepared.
Okay. Well, I think you've got a good statistic to get started, and you've got a very clear thesis statement, and there's a clear preview. It's organized in the body of the speech. Most of the supporting material has some kind of citation. I think some of it is a little conclusionary. I think there were a couple of places where it would be helpful to have more authoritative experts providing this testimony about the benefits or in regard to the potential rebuttal issues, minimizing those consequences, although you did have a couple of interesting ways of expressing those ideas. So the content, I think, is relatively solid. The delivery is problematic. There's way too much reading at this point in the term. You need to pause a little bit as you get to that first point. You just dive right in. It feels like you are rushing through the presentation. There is virtually no eye contact during the presentation, and because you've got the note cards in your hands for the most part the whole time, in both of your hands, there's not really much gesturing, and what there is swiveling on your hips, so that looks a little bit awkward. So at this point, I think you've got the basic ideas of the content down, but you're still struggling with the delivery issues, and we want to be at a point here where you're able to do both of those things pretty well. All right, thank you.